All right, thank you very much, Patrick. We have an update now on an Amber Alert we told you about just a few minutes ago. Now, the child who was abducted in Gold Bar, Washington has been found. Thank you to everybody who provided tips. Now, new developments on a big story now. The FBI has determined that the life-threatening letters that were sent from Spokane to the CIA does definitely contain active ricin toxin. Now, the lead suspect in that investigation is Matthew Ryan Bouquet. He faces a grand jury indictment for the mailing of threatening communications. The fifth letter was recovered about a week ago at the downtown post office here in Spokane, and it was addressed to the CIA. The letter was not opened and it wasn't leaking any materials. The FBI is not aware of any injuries or illnesses caused by the letters during the investigation, and Bouquet is the only suspect. Now, new tonight, we have video of a pizzeria robbery last month, and if you're listening tonight, take a look at your screen. In the video, you can see a man wearing a black shirt and jeans with a red bandana over his face. He's holding a gun, which he points in another person's face. That person then gets cash out of the drawer and hands it over. The owner of the restaurant is offering a $10,000 reward for an arrest and conviction. Call Crime Check if you have any information. Right now, a 22-year-old man could get 8 years behind bars for a drunken crash that killed his friend. Nicholas Allman pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter. Back in October of 2011, Allman got into the driver's seat after he and his friends were heading home from a party. But he missed the turn on Harris Ridge and rolled down a steep embankment, throwing the 3 men from the vehicle as it smashed into Highway 2 below. Now, Jason Oatman Jr. was pronounced dead at the scene. Blood samples determined Allman had a BAC over .08. Now, a Spokane woman has been charged with first-degree theft in a Medicare scam. The Attorney General's office discovered the Otis Orchards woman pocketed money that was supposed to be used to help Medicare patients. Prosecutors say the woman billed Medicare $30,000 for the care, but the state said it never gave that care. Now to North Idaho, a 42-year-old Moscow man is now behind bars after police say he photographed and videotaped 3 children between the ages of 5 and 11. Brian Taylor is now held on $500,000 bond. Police say he photographed and videotaped a girl and 2 boys between the ages of 5 and 11 for a couple of months. Now, one of the students told their elementary school counselor about the touching and the pictures, and police were able to search Taylor's home. They found the pictures as well as meth and marijuana there. Now, new tonight, North Idaho's 3rd rabid bat was caught in Coeur d'Alene after a family's dog discovered it. Now, no one was exposed to the bat, but the Panhandle Health District officials wants to remind everybody to avoid contact with bats. Also, make sure your pet's rabies vaccinations are up to date. Another bat in Coeur d'Alene and one in Spirit Lake also tested positive for rabies in the past month. A cat was also tested and forced people inside their home to undergo a series of 5 shots to make sure that they protected themselves. The health district is also offering free rabies testing for anyone who is exposed. Just call the number on your screen, 208-415-5220. Now, a health alert tonight. The West Nile virus has been spotted in Yakima County. The Department of Health says that this is a very unusual time to detect the virus because they don't usually see it until July or August. Now, the department says 2 samples collected in the county were positive, and they only began testing last week. The Yakima Health District says the early detection is due to weather conditions this year. They believe that the warm weather that we saw in the spring, combined with the rains we had in May, might have kicked off an early start to that mosquito season.
Katie, back over to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Leslie. Looks like a great weekend coming up. Now, turning our attention to Colorado tonight, firefighters finally have some good news. They're making progress in what is a very deadly and the most destructive wildfire in state history. Fire crews found 2 bodies late yesterday. Now, after exploding out of control this week, today firefighters held their ground. The burn zone is 24 square miles, but where there is no fire, there is progress.
We made some tremendous grounds, especially when it came to the structure protection. I saw a lot of resources in there, and I heard them on the radio last night. They were really hopping.
Thousands of homes have been saved, and police say that the 2 lives that were lost when people were trying to escape were overcome by those flames. Now, the most destructive wildfire in state history has damaged or destroyed at least 400 homes. There is a criminal investigation for the start of the fire right now. There are some favorable conditions for knocking out the fire in that forecast. Meanwhile, in Oregon, people are cleaning up after an EF1 tornado ripped through yesterday afternoon. People all around are banding together to help clean up. The damage is much worse than they thought originally. An auto repair shop was hit the hardest. Everything inside was destroyed. From start to finish, the tornado lasted only about 5 minutes, but it did enough damage for days of cleanup.
When I drove around the corner, I almost threw up. It was pretty horrific.
Main concern was our neighbor Spence, because he lives over in here.
And I had to push like heck to get that door shut, and I took off for the office, and the debris followed me.
What's strange about the whole thing is how rare tornadoes are in Oregon's wine country. Now, the legislators' first overtime session this year was the most unproductive gathering of lawmakers in state history. Tonight, we have no budget and absolutely 0 bills came from the extra 30 days in Olympia. Not a single bill passed through both chambers in the time the legislature adjourned the 30-day session on Tuesday. Still, many lawmakers from both parties claimed regular per diems totaling at least $77,000. Now, Washingtonians are paying for another special session, and our politicians can keep collecting $90 per diems every day until that job is done. At the same time that legislators are adding to their paychecks, agencies are sending out notifications to state workers who might be temporarily laid off if no budget deal is reached. The U.S. Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz will make his first visit to the Hanford site next week. He told a House subcommittee on Energy and Commerce that he's looking forward to the visit and wants to find a new path for the Hanford cleanup project. Now, during his confirmation hearing in April, Moniz told Oregon Senator Rob Wyden that maintaining the status quo in regards to the Hanford cleanup was, quote, unacceptable. Now, we should learn more about the Secretary's visit later this week. Stick around for a lot more KHQ Local News 11 at 11. Next, we'll take you inside the Coast Guard mission where some of the best trained guardsmen are helping out people during disasters.
And coming up in sports.
Welcome back. Tonight we have a rare look inside of one of the most elite units of the U.S. military. That's the Coast Guard swimmers who get dropped into treacherous waters to save those who are in danger. It was one of the disastrous ends to an attempt to sail around Hurricane Sandy. A failed engine and generator lift the HMS Bounty sinking 90 miles off the North Carolina coast. By the time the Coast Guard helicopters got there, the crew had abandoned ship, lowered into waves of about 20 feet high.
A couple times we got hit by a couple big waves, and one time we got mast knocked off.
16 people on board, 14 were found alive. Now, nearly 8 months later, with the new storm season now underway, we checked in with the elite crew. Their slogan is, quote, so that others may live, end quote. Their grueling training assures that when time comes for these real rescuers, they're going to be calm during that storm. Now, stay with us. Leslie Lowe has your full forecast coming up in just about 2 minutes. See you then. Welcome back. New at 11 tonight, Washington State University has decided to put off its plans to expand its courses in Everett until the fall of 2014. And it's all because the state legislature can't make up its mind. In a letter to the Everett mayor, WSU President Elson Floyd said that they've been waiting for the state budget to be finalized before they opened 3 new programs in Everett. Although every legislative budget proposal they've seen appears to give the university enough money for that expansion, Floyd says they can't start recruiting students until they know for sure the final plan. Since lawmakers have just started another special session to work on the state budget, Floyd says they'll have to put it off until the fall of 2014. In consumer news tonight, a new study shows that just the thought of cold hard cash can turn some people cold-hearted. Researchers divided groups to play a few games. One group told that there would be a, quote, financial reward for behavior, and the other wasn't. Researchers say that the undergrads who stood to make money showed more unethical behaviors than those in other groups. Those things are like lying and misleading. Now the researchers set out to find why good people do bad things. Microsoft Office is now available for your iPhone. It's free through the App Store, but you're going to need an Office 365 subscription to use it. The app comes with Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and it's going to sync up with Microsoft's SkyDrive online storage service. Now, there's no iPad or Android version yet, just the iPhone. Stick around, one final look at that weather after the break, and let me tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. People in Japan have created a new sport, cardboard canoe racing. This is so great. Unlike professional canoers, they have to make their own canoes. So everything that you're seeing, each team gets 2 cardboard boxes and a roll of tape. Maybe that's why they keep flipping over like that. Now they've only had 40 minutes to build that canoe, and then they have to paddle it across the lake. Now even the mayor joined in, but he didn't have too much luck. Most of these people had never even been in a canoe, not even a cardboard one. Now in the end, only 4 teams made it across the lake. I don't know. I don't think I'd do very well with that.
I worried just like this guy right here about just getting in. That's what I would do. A header straight into the water.
Well, you know, at least they're wearing life vests.
Yes.
That's good.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. That kid's doing pretty well for himself there.
It's called body weight. There is
true.
none there, so
That's
he doesn't
true.
sink the canoe.
Oh, there he goes.
And there I would go again. I know, I bet a lot of people are headed out to the lake this weekend because it is going to be beautiful. So wear your life vest, wear your sunscreen, you're gonna need it. Now for tonight, it is 57 degrees out there. We've got light winds at that. And then as we head in towards the next couple of days, let me just say that we have got picture perfect weather on the way for the weekend. In fact, the best weather we're going to see in the 7-day forecast. We head into the upper 70s for tomorrow, mid 80s for Father's Day Sunday. And then, yeah, take a look at the drop off right there. We bottom out at 60 degrees on Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms once again.
Well, at least the dads get a good day, right?
That's right. That's what it's all about. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.